I'm Mae Trumata. I'm writing for the upcoming. Hi,
Hi,
how are you today?
I'm very well, thank you. Thanks for having me.
Just a brief introduction into Slow Horses to anybody who hasn't watched the series or is new and just tuning in. What can you tell us about the show and what can they expect from this season?
So the show is set in a defunct unit of MI5. It's a punishment unit where they send spies that have done something to mess their career up terribly. And the whole purpose of Slough House, which is where the slow horses get sent, is to have them quit the service. Some of the characters have ambitions to go back to the main unit of MI5. And some of us are happy exactly where they are. But yeah, this season we have all the slow horses are under threat. There's a big kind of explosion that sets the series off, and there's a lot of action. It's a thriller. There's a lot of comedy. It's a great watch.
You play Rhodey Ho, the tech-savvy member of the crew of fuck-ups, as the characters like to call themselves. How does it feel to give life to a character as talented and complex and interesting as Rhodey? Is it difficult to strike a balance in taking risks in developing his character, but also maintaining, that obnoxious, snide side to him that a lot of the viewers of the show would probably be familiar with?
I think the slow horses universe, they all kind of sit on this edge, being slightly heightened. And it's really I always tread the line of that very finely, because when I'm playing Roddy, I think it would be very easy to lean into the obnoxiousness and the rudeness for sakes of being, an asshole. It's never for Roddy. It's never coming from that place. That's just uh, part of his demeanor and part of his slightly on the spectrum. So I think that's just kind of how he functions. But yeah, I think balancing all of that along with Will, who writes the show for us, writes him so perfectly now for my voice. It makes very little work for me, which is great.
What a bomb of a first episode, no pun intended. Such an explosive introduction into the season. What was it like reading the script for the first episode and seeing all the twists and the turns that you're about to embark on this season?
It was super exciting because you're like, oh, you're flipping through all the pages. We get sent the season right up front. We're very lucky that way that we don't have to wait for scripts to come in, and you're just excited to see, all the kind of crazy journey that your character's going to go on, but everyone else as well. There's very seldom times that you'll get a script as well that you'll get to read other characters' lines and laugh out loud on the first pass. So it's really brilliant.
What's also fascinating about Slow Horses are the varied dynamics between the different characters, from River and his grandfather, the constant back and forth that sometimes toes the line between, going over that line between Rudy, Shirley, and Marcus. What's that experience like, continuously having to cultivate these different dynamics season by season, especially when there's a revolving door of different characters coming and going?
I think it gives it a real refresh every season. So, like, you're never kind of stuck. I don't say stuck, but you're never just banded together with one other cast member. For instance, in season two, me and Shirley were together quite a lot. And in season one, me and River were together quite a lot. And then season three, obviously, me and Lamb. And I think that's the great thing, the pairings or the trios that we all get kind of put in every season. It's wonderful because you like, oh, I get to work heaps with Gary this year, or I get to work a lot with Jack. And you end up having like your own little micro universe within the shoot because you're doing all your things together.
And as for yourself, you're starting this TV series, but you've also got Blitz coming up, which will premiere in the London Film Festival. And I also know you've done stage before. You did Heathers, which I'm a big fan of.
Oh yeah.
What are you most looking forward to exploring in the future of your career? Do you want to go back to stage? Do you want to do more TV or film?
Yeah, I mean, I would love to go back to the stage. I think it's such a great challenge, in stamina, because it's very different to filming, and also because you get to live through the character for like 90 minutes and then you're done for the night. You get the immediate gratification straight away. So I would love to go back to doing stage, but I think my kind of next goal would hopefully be to maybe pursue some kind of job out back in Australia so I could be close to my family for another shoot, which would be lovely. That would be a goal.
Thank you so much. That's all the time we have today.
No worries. Thank you so much, man.